Once you've created an assignment, it's an easy process to add the scores for each of your students. You can add scores either by points or by letter totals or using other options. You can use autofill to fill out all the grades at one time, and you can even assign extra credit in the SIS. To enter scores for assignments you've created, select on Grades, Gradebook for that particular class to bring up the class currently selected in the header. You'll note that any students who were absent on the day that the assignment was due will be marked with a red square indicating they were not present on the due date. Any student absent on the day the work was assigned will be indicated by a yellow block. The process of entering the scores is relatively simple. Select inside the field next to the student name and enter the student grade. You can enter grades by points, which is the default in Palm Beach County Schools. You can use whole letter grades using the standard Palm Beach County grading scale. You can also enter grades by percent, and if you have entered the correct number of questions during your setup, you can enter your scores based on the correct responses or incorrect responses. Then it's just a matter of entering the scores for each student. Again, whole letter grades may be entered, and those will be translated into point totals. However, you cannot modify the letter grade. So for instance, A- and A+ are not permitted. As you enter your scores, take note of the Save button. Gradebooks are auto-saved periodically while you're entering your grades, but if the Save button appears red, that means the save process has not completed and you need to manually select on the Save button. You can autofill scores within an assignment by selecting on the Information button and then using the autofill field to add points for any assignments that have not been manually graded. Once you select on Save, those new scores will be added, and you'll note that existing scores are not affected by this process. You can award extra credit in one of two ways, either with an existing assignment or by creating an extra credit assignment. To award extra credit to an existing assignment, enter a score that's higher than the possible point value. In this case, this assignment is worth 100 points. If I wanted to award 20 additional extra points, I would enter 120 as the score that the student received. To create an assignment where the purpose is to award extra credit, select on Add Assignment, provide a title, select a category if you're using weighting, then leave the available number of points blank. Now, when you enter any point values in this extra credit assignment, it will be marked as EC for extra credit. In the event you wish to exclude a student from a particular assignment, you can enter an asterisk and that student's score will be marked as excluded. Note that you do not need to take any action for those scores that have not been entered. When you see an NG, that simply means that no grade has been recorded for that particular assignment. When you double-click on an assignment value, you'll note a pop-up window that will appear. This window will allow you to enter additional codes for grades, but will not save or allow you to enter any notes on these assignments. Finally, you can import grades that you've created in a test generator, such as ExamView, into a new assignment that you create within your gradebook. You'll select on Add Assignment, fill in the usual values, save the assignment, and then return to the Information button, where you'll then find an Import CSV file button in the upper right-hand corner. You'll select on that file, and when you do so, you'll need to be aware of two different values. First of all, which column in the CSV file contains the student ID number, and which column in the CSV file contains the score column. In my sample file, the second column is the student ID column, and the third column is the score column. So to complete my CSV setup, I'll select on points, I'll select on 2 for the ID column, 3 for the score column, then browse to the file, select the file in a comma-separated CSV value format, select on Open, and then select Upload. You'll then see the new scores populate into your gradebook. As you've seen here, there's a lot of flexibility in how you can record scores, maintain your gradebook, and keep your students up to date on how they're performing in your class.